too small, I got big dreams.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. We are Pun Fun. There's a little bit of a different format today because we are here with a guest and we're doing an Instagram video because technical difficulties, the whole thing. But we want to make sure to introduce... Yeah, this kind of doesn't want us to record. Ryan, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, so hey everybody, welcome back to Pun Fun, where we have fun with the puns. As we mentioned, we are here with Rudetoons. You can always follow him on Instagram. He's been known for, well, his own art. So he's an independent artist from the UK, and we're going to have him, describe himself and give more of a background to who he is as well. But he's also known for working on Pulp, so the Pulp Girls. You also have he's been on Marvel, DC. He's also worked with Fifinity. He's worked with Witchblade and so many other comics and comic-related products and projects, basically. So, without further ado, Mr. Rudetoons, if you can, it's up to you. Your name, and followed by a bit of your background.
Yeah, cool. So, I'm Rudetoons. I'm from here, North Yorkshire, England. I'm an indie comic book creator. I've worked on lots of licensed stuff over the years for over 20 years, and now I draw my own comic books, sell them myself, direct to collectors all over the world. That's it, really.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. This market has shot up. It has been crazy. The demand is there. The fans are loving it, and it's definitely there's a direct connection with the artists as well. So when they come out with anything new or cool, maybe through Kickstarter or even through their own platforms, we know that having this almost intimate relationship with the creators is just at a different level, and it's a great feeling. So you said about 20 years you've been drawing this. When did you know, or when did you figure out that this was no longer just a hobby? This is something that you saw as a career?
Well, I've drawn my whole life, but basically when I left art college, and they didn't prepare you at all for how you were going to make money at art or anything.
Right.
That's it, you just out the door. And
Right.
I was like, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do to make money? And a guy offered me some money for a drawing, and I was like, well, do you think I should start doing that? And my mum said, well, you want to be able to get me presents and stuff, don't you? And I said, yeah, all right then. So I started doing freelance work for money, and that, you don't get rich making comics unless you're lucky like Todd McFarlane or something. But
Right.
it started paying little bills now and again, and I enjoyed doing it, and I started to create my own characters and concepts, and it just went from there. It's just natural progression. You need money to buy pizza, and drawing gets you that.
We can definitely live by that. That is awesome. When did you, in the world of comics, what got you into this business, or how is it that you knew that this is where you belong? What interest, what was your early memory of your first comic, for example, or anything comic related?
Well, I've always enjoyed comics since before I could read, and as a kid I didn't want to have to read. I just enjoyed looking at the pictures, and I was drawing on the bedroom walls and everything. And I think I started learning to read comics when I got Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, because I was on holiday in Glastonbury with Glastonbury Tour and everything, and I got that book. And the artwork was quite strange at the time to me, and so I started learning to read, started picking that up, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm getting Jim Lee's X-Men as well at the time, and I'm starting to copy out the comics to see the way the form shapes and stuff.
Wow.
Grew from there. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so you mentioned Jim Lee, you mentioned Frank Miller. Is there any other influences that you recall, or that you know, that inspired you, or in the beginning at least?
Yeah, I really love Chris Bacalor's. Was it Bachelor? I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. I really love his artwork because he draws characters that are really chunky and round and full of action, and they fill a page. You know, they really fill the whole image.
Right.
And I thought, I love collecting his comics. I'm always going to keep collecting his comics because every single page inspires you and then makes you want to draw your own panels and your own pages in your own way.
Absolutely. So I've collected some of your art, and I've also collected some of your books as well, and they're great. I mean,
Thank you.
Sorry?
Thank you. That's really kind of you.
Oh, no, absolutely. I do believe in supporting, the artists as well. I mean, giving a like is one thing, but at least sharing and at least supporting by, at least purchasing and actually having a piece from the artist. I think that's amazing to have these time-safe pieces, like sketches that you've made, even like vegan cave girl. Like when I first saw it, I was kind of like, okay, it's kind of out there, very pulp. But then when I read it, it's hilarious. It's fun. It's brutal. There's a great combination of so much going on as well, and I really enjoyed it. That and Majesty was great too.
Cool.
How did you come into vegan cave girl? How did she come into your mind, or how did her creation come into place?
At the time, there wasn't very many cave girl comics on the market. I think only Bud Root's Cave Woman comic, and
Right.
that was pretty hard to get hold of over here. And I got hold of an issue, and oh man, it was tongue in cheek, it was pin-uppy, but I didn't like all the animals getting killed, and there's no way all these cave girls are going to be able to fight a velociraptor that's just covered in armor. They're only in a bikini. And I said, no, I want to do my own based on, I want to do veganism, I want it to be a commando, so it's got a sci-fi twist. If there's a giant T-Rex, I wanted to hide from a giant T-Rex rather than trying to mud wrestle it. And I thought, I need some kind of monsters, and I thought, space vampires are the obvious answer. And it just went from there. I just kept adding to it with the different elements I wanted. In one of my latest comic books, I've just introduced alien space vampire bananas as a bad guy. And,
That's great. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's quirky and it's very creative, but at the same time, it all works within that universe that you've created. So that's definitely amazing. Another way I've met or got to know you as well is through Transformers. So I know that you've done a few covers for Transformers, the animated series, the animated comic. Sorry, that must have been quite the, like, as an '80s kid, like Transformers was huge, and I know you said you were also part of the '80s as well. So how was it to work on something so grand?
Oh, it was awesome. I was born in 1981, so I was right in there for Transformers Generation 1, yeah. And I love the original 1980s cartoon film. And as a kid, I've got the toys, I'm watching the cartoons, and so years later, it was awesome to actually be able to draw the comics. I did my first Transformers comic for Titan Publishing in the UK, and that was based on the Bayformer film. And then IDW picked me up, and they had me draw covers and comic pages for Transformers Animated. And at the time, I hadn't seen the cartoon. All I'd seen was a couple of little clips on YouTube, and Cartoon Network sending me designs for the characters, and I was like, I'll just do my best. I'll just work off it. And so I drew all those comics before seeing the cartoon. And then afterwards I saw the cartoon, and it's one of my favourite versions of Transformers. But yeah, it was brilliant. To draw the Jetfire and Jetstorm twin pack as well with the action figures and have that in Toys R Us. I mean, we remember what Toys R Us was. It's long gone now. But to have that in all the Toys R Us.
We actually still have that in Canada. I think
We have the one.
Yeah, but everywhere, I think it was the US and I think Canada that still had it, and then US dropped it, and I think we're the only lone survivor.
Everything takes a bit more time in Canada. Like we're still using fax over here. That's why we're. I have a question though. I just have one simple question. It's about the mustache.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to know the origins of the Two-Face mustache. Yeah, because if it's a bit pixelated on our end, but basically we'll put up a picture. The left side is white, and the right side is brown or black.
It's like salt and pepper on one end, and it's white on one end.
Yeah.
It's completely natural. It just grew that way. Somebody told me the technical term for it, but I can't remember what it is. But occasionally I meet people, and they've got it in their hair, or they've got it in their beard, and they go, "Oh wow, I dyed it out." Yeah, and I go, no, just leave it but white. You know what I mean? It stands out. It's cool.
No, that's it. Cause
absolutely, it's definitely original.
Yeah.
the rest of your face is born in.
It would grow back.
Huh?
If I shaved everything off, it would just grow back again.
Exactly, and hopefully the same way.
No, absolutely. Boo. Rudetoons. Or do we call you just Boo?
You can go with just Boo. That's fine.
Okay, perfect. So, with your art, you have. So we had artists that came on and they were incorporating a bit of their culture, or they were incorporating hip hop with comic books. So via your art, like, what is the message, or what is is there a theme that you have, and it doesn't have to mean everything, but maybe that you have a specialty or particularity that you take pride in?
Yeah, I like to put as much veganism in my work as I can, because I think it's important to push it forward. It's not just rescuing and saving the animals, it's making the world a better place for everybody. I like to do that. I also like to draw strong, butt-kicking women, show that, because I can't stand films and TV shows that always have the female characters as damsels in distress. And I just want to have fun. Yeah. I think the world is such a dark, dismal, serious place with crazy presidents and prime ministers that comic books should be entertainment. And so they should make people laugh, really.
Absolutely. And you've done a great job. Like, when again, once you start reading the first few pages or a few pages, you already dove into that universe now. And it's again, there's some seriousness, there's a bit of everything for everyone. Honestly, if you guys haven't checked out Boo's work, you definitely want to hit up his link. Check out a few comic books. There's even digital comic books too that you can check out if you're not too sure if you want to invest yet. But these are definitely going to be collectibles going down the line. He's done so many covers for so many publishers. His name is definitely. Well, I mean, it has been great, and it's only getting better. So, good kudos on you, man. You definitely, like you said, you came out of the schoolyard and you weren't sure where to go, but definitely you found a great direction, and much success to you for sure.
Thank you. I don't ever do comic conventions, really. I don't travel around the country or anything. I do everything online, and I've been really lucky to get into some of the big publishing companies and do work for them, just working from home. And so it's always nice to be able to hear from collectors, supporters, people that like my comics, and be able to mail work out to them. Because I really like the idea of people having original artwork in their homes, not just mass-printed books that are Spider-Man issue 8 billion and stuff like that. Something that's quirky, original, strange, unique, that sort of thing.
And actually, if I can mention, that's a really good segue, because I had a question based on original art specifically, considering this new era of technology, and obviously you're saying you're working from home. I don't know if you've heard of the NFTs, the NFT artwork. And I was wondering what's your take on that? Because obviously it's not original artwork, and yet it's still limited. So how does that play into this new era of art and artists and creators?
Yeah, I've just heard about NFTs, and I saw some kid burning the original artwork to be able to sell it as an NFT and stuff. And I couldn't believe it. I wanted to smack him.
It's a bit much. That's a bit much.
I mean, I understand there's a lot of artists who only draw on tablets now, and so their work can only exist digitally. But I'm a very traditional artist. I think that if you've got something in your hand, then even if that artist doesn't exist anymore, you can still enjoy it. You know what I mean? Or your collection can grow, or you can look at it differently in a few years' time. Whereas NFTs, I mean, they just disappear into your computer somewhere, you know? I mean, what if your hard drive crashes or something?
And where are some of the places that we can find your art? I know we mentioned Instagram. You've done a few shows that I've seen, following you. Is there any other place that we can see basically your art being showcased?
Basically, my website sells all my comic books direct from me.
And we'll put the link down below for it.
Cool. I have a Patreon, which I upload artwork on every month, and people see behind the scenes of me drawing the comics. If you want to get some of my old sketch cards, they're out there on the market, and the only place to grab those is really eBay. Yeah.
I'm very addicted to that.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, you can get some comic covers that I've drawn, like the Transformers and Zombie Tramp and all that sort of stuff on eBay. I see some of them popping up at discount prices, and some cost a bomb. And I'm just like, I wish I got paid that much. Come direct to me. Don't give your money to the giant companies. Give it to me so I can buy the pizza. They don't need it. They don't need money.
Exactly. That is true. That is one thing that I'll always, live by is, yes, they always tell you to shop locally, but also support the actual artist. Support, cut the middleman and give directly. And I completely agree because, like you said, there's books that may be a couple $100, but you only see, the percentage that came up, front when it was first commissioned. So in terms of, you said you've had experience for about 20 years coming out of school and everything. For an inspiring artist, somebody who is now starting, what would be your first, or what would be your advice to them and hitting or coming into the comic world?
Yeah, everybody always turns around and says, I'm going to draw a graphic novel. I'm going to do a trade paperback. It's going to be 200 pages. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. See if you can tell a story in 3 pages or just 1 page. And if you can do that, then you can put a bunch of those stories together, and suddenly you've got a normal 24-page comic book. Start small, see if you actually enjoy it. Because a lot of people start it and never finish because it's very hard. It's very stressful to get all that stuff grouped together and to find a print and to make friends with other artists and team up with them. They send you drawings and you do drawings for them. So just start small and learn and grow. And then before you know it, you'll be knocking out full comics. You'll be doing even bigger things. But always do your own characters. Everybody wants to draw Spider-Man or Batman and work for big companies. But you won't own that. You know what I mean? It's just work for hire. I own Beaten Kate, so that she's mine forever, I can do whatever I want.
Absolutely, and that's great advice. I mean, a lot of people will come out and thinking that their first few sketches or book will hit the market and become the biggest thing, which happens. I mean, being viral is a known phenomenon, but a lot of times, it just easy come, easy goes as well. It means you've got to really put in the work, put in the hours, and that's when, you reap. So by all means, that is great advice. If you have any projects coming up or anything you'd like your viewers to know that you have down the streamline? Better yet, is there anything you'd like to be doing?
I've always got new comics coming out. I like to make all my comics connect together, and so different characters come from different comics and appear in other comics. I like doing covers for other people's comics. I've just done a few covers for different people's Kickstarter comics, and so that's always interesting. But I like doing covers for other people, but I like drawing my own comic books. And that's really where I get to have fun and let my imagination go crazy.
and we appreciate that. Honestly, Rudetoons, this has been an honor. It's been great speaking with you. We had wished to be under different technological circumstances, but honestly, this was fun. I hope the viewers also enjoyed it. We're going to hit up all of his links in our description as well, so you guys can definitely see him and visit him and follow his page as well. Another thing we want to also mention is when you, at a first glance, there are going to be a bit more mature subject that is a bit everywhere. It's really just being cheeky. And and that's something that the industry has also uncovered. It's not necessarily everything that never judge a book by its cover, really. So that's definitely something you'd have to be just aware of. But it's fun. It's exciting. The art is amazing. Again, we'll be showing so much of it via our page as well. So thank you again, Rudetoons. We hope to have you again on our show, and definitely. Much and more success to you as well.
Thank you. It's been lovely to chat and talk about comic books.
Thank you so much. So be sure to hit our subscribe button as well, because we will try to have more artists, as we want to make Pun Fun a platform where artists can come on and showcase not only their art, but also tell their story. Because given, maybe you enjoy certain things, the algorithm itself won't necessarily bring you to Rudetoons, or it may not bring you to, let's say, Bill McKay. It may not bring you to. It may just bring you to, the people that have, either big established or have big followerships. But we want to be a place where anybody can shine, and for all the right reasons as well. They put in the work, and they definitely deserve, a mention, but also the appreciation that we have for you in the comic industry. So thank you very much, Rudetoons.
Thanks. It's been awesome.
It was very nice talking to you. Thank you for being part of the project. And do you want to sign us off with a little pun fun where we have fun with puns?
Thank you. Take care. Bye.